Right, so the first new rule that we're going to look at here is the sine rule, and essentially we can see the formula right at the top of the page here. Now you see that I've written it in two forms. Essentially what I've done first of all is written the lowercase a's, b's and c's on the top of the fraction, and then the second time that I've written it, I've flipped those fractions over. Now, the reason that I've done that is to show you that it's actually easier to use one of those sets of equations in certain situations. When you've got the lowercase letters on the top, I want you to try and remember it's easier to use that when you're trying to find an unknown side on your triangle. And when you flip the fractions the other way, it's easier to use that form when you're trying to find an unknown angle. So essentially, whatever you're trying to find, make sure that's on the top of the fraction. So if you're trying to find a missing side, make sure they're on the top. If you're trying to find a missing angle, make sure that they're on the top instead. And the way that we label our triangle is exactly the same with the sine and the cosine rules, which is really handy. And it's very simple how it works. Essentially, your capital letters are always going to be the angles, and then the lowercase letters are always the sides. So your capital A, you always want to make sure that is directly opposite your lowercase a. Same idea with the B's as well. So capital B is my angle, lowercase b directly opposite it is a missing side. And same idea with the next one as well. So capital C is another angle, lowercase c directly opposite it is another side. And what I'm always going to advise here is that whatever you're asked to find, always label that as A. It doesn't make a massive difference when using the sine rule, but it does make it slightly simpler when you're using the cosine rule. So we're just going to keep it the same throughout.